On Monday Night Football, the Bears and the Seahawks played. The Bears beat the Seahawks 24-17. And it was just an infuriating game to watch. It was painful. It was like, ugh. Because I watched Mitch Trubisky, the Bears quarterback, and Russell Wilson, the Seahawks quarterback, have almost identical stats. 2 touchdowns, 2 turnovers, just around 200 yards passing. Russell Wilson was 22 for 36. Mitch Trubisky was 25 for 34. But here's why this was incredibly hard to watch. If Russell Wilson was the Bears quarterback, then the Bears would win the Super Bowl. You understand that, right? It's so infuriating to watch Russell Wilson struggle with no help. Meanwhile, Mitch Trubisky is missing people wide open. Has all these opportunities, and Mitch Trubisky's not getting it done for the Bears. Mitch Trubisky missed all kinds of easy plays while Russell Wilson's running around doing his own thing, just struggling to even get any kind of yards on offense. The contrast between Mitch Trubisky's talent level and Russell Wilson on Monday Night Football, the contrast just slapped you in the face. It was awful. It was like, wow, Russell Wilson is so far ahead of Mitch Trubisky. No knock on Mitch Trubisky. I'm not saying he's bad. But it's so disappointing to watch the Bears have this incredibly innovative coach, Matt Nagy, a guy that I respect, whose play calls are, it's a work of art. It's beautiful to watch him call a play and the way he designs his plays. There's always a way for guys to get open, and Mitch Trubisky constantly had guys open. And despite the fact that Matt Nagy's drawing up these sweet, amazing plays like the sandbox, Mitch Trubisky struggled to even get 200 yards passing. The Bears have this legendary offense. Meanwhile, Russell Wilson is running this stagnant, old, horrible, like 1930s offense. And I'm like, can we just switch quarterbacks? Can we just put Russell Wilson in at the Bears quarterback? Because, oh my goodness, they would do special things. I mean, the Bears have this legendary defense. They have great offensive weapons. They have a good offensive line. They have a fantastic coach. And then they're left with Mitch Trubisky, who's not awful, but he's really limited. And Mitch Trubisky kept missing a bunch of plays. Russell Wilson was sacked 6 times. He's not running innovative plays. He's running really old, really stagnant, like a 1930s offense. It was like, oh, guys, can we do anything creative? I want to repeat this. If Russell Wilson was the Bears quarterback, the Bears would win the Super Bowl. You understand that, right? I know that Russell Wilson had a bunch of turnovers late. I can't defend those. I can't defend the fumble. I can't defend the pick 6 or what. Was it a pick 6 or I can't remember when all the way. But I can't defend those. That pick was awful. It was a 5-yard hitch. He threw it to the left. It was terrible. I can't defend Russell Wilson's turnovers. But I can point out he was incredibly overmatched. He was sacked 6 times and still put his team in position to maybe win the game. He didn't. He threw the pick. They lost. But the fact that that game was even within striking distance near the end, a 1-score game, unbelievable. Unbelievable. See, Russell Wilson's like Superman on the Seahawks roster. Everybody around him is so less talented. He's not getting any help. He has to make all these ridiculous plays just to make the ball game even close. That is why Russell Wilson had the turnovers he had on Monday Night Football. He's trying to elevate the people around him. Actually, that's what Sam Darnold did. Remember Sam Darnold last year at USC? Had a bunch of interceptions? It's because he was outmatched. He was trying to elevate the people around him. And ironically, people say Sam Darnold was awful last year at USC. He won the Pac-12. Taking risks is not a bad thing. Having turnovers is not a bad thing, especially when you're so outmatched and you're trying to carry your team. Man, I don't know. There's rumors right now that the Seahawks have no plans to re-sign Russell Wilson. They just aren't interested. I want to point out that Russell Wilson is a free agent in 2020. I hope he leaves. I hope Russell Wilson leaves the Seahawks. I do. He deserves so much better. He deserves a real offensive line. And he deserves some kind of innovative play calling. Some sense of a real offensive coordinator. Not this stagnant, awful offense the Seahawks are running. It's sad. It's disappointing. It's hard to watch. The contrast between Matt Nagy's offense for the Bears and whatever garbage Russell Wilson was forced to run, it just hit you in the face. It was so hard to watch, and I could not help but think if Russell Wilson was the Bears quarterback, they would win the Super Bowl. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.